Do you want to do meaningful work? I think we all do. And supporting someone who's doing meaningful work gives us a chance to make an impact and bring meaning to our lives too. That's why I'm introducing something new to this year's Career Mastery Kickstart Summit, where we as a community can make a big impact. This year, 10% of proceeds from the summit's All-Access Pass will be donated to support Thanda's after-school program. Thanda is a charity that helps kids in rural South Africa develop game-changing life skills so they can become resilient, confident young adults who reach their full potential and contribute positively to their communities. And it's run by good people doing meaningful work. Angela Larkin and Tyler Howard founded Thanda 11 years ago, and since then they've tripled the number of children in their after-school program and made a direct impact on over 35,000 people across all their programs. There's a specific impact we can have, but before I tell you about that, I want you to hear from Angela. Hi, Angela. It's so great to see you. And I know you've been doing wonderful work at Thanda. Tell me more about what that work is, the mission, what you've been accomplishing. I'd love to hear more.
Sure. So Tyler and I started Thanda 11 years ago. We work in a very rural community in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. In this community, according to the municipality, the average household income is $960 for the entire year for an average of 8 people. So you can imagine that with that comes a lot of other challenges, and these are things that have continued generation to generation. So in our programs, what we do is not try to sort of change the situation for people, but rather give them the skills that they need to be able to face these challenges, wherever they are, as they change over time in their own ways, and to sort of solve their own problems, basically. So we've got an early childhood development program for very young children, ages 2 to 5. We've got an after-school program for children ages 5 up to grade 10, and then we have an organic farming program for the adults and elderly members of the community. And we've definitely seen change over time. We specifically focus on developing game-changing skills that the kids may not be getting in school or at home enough of, particularly empathy, creativity, critical thinking, perspective, and empathy. And we are also focusing on empirical thinking, literacy, numeracy skills as well. And our goal is basically for the kids to be able to grow up to become resilient, lifelong learners who can, as I said, face challenges themselves, who understand that we are all interdependent with each other in the environment, who can rebel against the crowd when necessary, and who can take responsibility for how their actions, inactions, and beliefs impact the environment and others. And we've definitely seen, as I said, seen change over time. Just last year in one of our programs, for example, it's an early childhood development program under the trees at our organic farms, we saw a 264% increase in the children's developmental milestones. In our after-school programs in 2018, we saw a 66% improvement in creativity, 64% increase in numeracy skills. And then in the organic farming program, which started in 2015, we had production of 20,000 rands worth of vegetables that year. And 3 years later, in 2018, we had a production of 1.8 million rands worth of vegetables. And just this year, by end of quarter 3, we are already at 1.6 million rands worth of vegetables. So
Wow.
very impact happening with the farmers, and that trickles down to the rest of the households.
That's amazing. So I just want to make sure I heard you properly. So not only are the children hitting better milestones and improving their creativity. By the way, I think the rest of the world could use this as well. But these farmers, you've helped them to go from 20,000 Rand to 1.6 million in just a couple of years. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing the impact you're making. Thank you. So when you look at all of this, it clearly I know it requires funding. So where do you have the greatest need for funding right now?
At the moment, our biggest need is with the children entering the after school program.
Okay.
Um, So these are the 5-year-olds basically who are going to big school. And because big school is big and scary, the after
So
school
cute.
program is a really fun, nice place for them to go where they can be with the same adult from our program every day and be involved in different activities that will help them develop these skills. So it costs just $1 a day for a child to be in this program. And they can stay in it for as many years as they want up until grade 10. And yeah, so our need is with those 5-year-olds to get them into big school.
That is so lovely. And I love that you're taking the child from the beginning or the beginning of school all the way through to grade 10. So that's 10 years and just $1 a day. It's amazing what you're doing, Angela. So, all I can say is I would love to do anything I can to support you and Tyler and your program at Thanda. And really, congratulations for growing it from something so much smaller when we first met to this really high impact program. And I just want to say congratulations, and I want to help you however I can.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's all about partnerships. Can't do this alone. So thank you too.
Clearly, Angela and Tyler are doing amazing work. And as Angela said, their after school program is open 365 days a year and costs just $1 a day for a child to attend. There's not much you and I can get for $1, but for the kids in Tanda's after school program, it's life changing. So, our goal is to make it possible for 10 children to attend the after school program in 2020. And I know that together, our Career Mastery community can make that happen. So if you also feel strongly about this great cause, then I urge you to get the All-Access Pass. Not only is it a great value in and of itself, but you'll also be helping Thanda in their mission of creating a better future for children and the community where they live. Having seen the impact that Thanda has made and knowing Angela and Tyler personally, I trust them to use our donation well, and I'm proud to support their efforts. So go on and get your All Access Pass and join me in making an impact.